Okay, now we need to consider all the assumption about consumption, investment, net exports, and taxes and government expenditure, but endogenizing some variable because we need to assume that consumption, investment, net exports are affected by income, so are determined within the model are endogenous. So our first assumption is that consumption can be written as C0 plus C1, which multiplies YT. YT is the disposable income, which can be defined. Through line means that the left-hand side take a meaning, but what is expressed in the right-hand side. And so YT, disposable income, is defined as income minus taxes. The consumption so will depend on disposable income according to a coefficient C1, which is between 0 and 1, and is called propensity to consume, which gives us the part of consumption which depends on disposable income, implying that if, for instance, the propensity to consume is equal to 80%, an increase in disposable income, current disposable income equal to 100 will imply an increasing consumption equal to 80. But we have also in our assumption a part of consumption which does not depend on current disposable income, zero. And this part of consumption is the part that households want to consume even if their income is equal to zero because it's primary consumption, but also other factors can affect this part of consumption. For instance, the expectation about future income by households. And in this sense, we can call C0 as household trust index. We need to endogenize also investments, which are we assume are equal to I0 plus B1, which multiplies the level of income. B1 again is a number between 0 and 1. And we have a part of the investment by firms which depends on current income, because if current income increases, firms will increase their sales, and so they will decide to invest more, uh, at least for their current investments. But we have to consider also part of the investment which does not depend on current income, so the so-called firm trust index, which consider the expectation of future income by future GDP, future economy, about by firm. We assume that the government expenditure is exogenous and fixed at a level equal to G bar, and taxes can be expressed as T0 plus small t y, implying that uh, T1 small t is a parameter between 0 and 1, and this part of taxes depends on income. T0 is the part of taxes which is not explained by income, so for instance, lump sum tax. Uh, Finally, net export, which is which is the difference between exports and imports, so the trade balance, we assume it is equal to x0 minus m1, which multiplies the level of income y, and x0 is useful, is can be interpreted as the foreign trade, the world GDP, which affects in a positive sense net exports. The opposite hold for income, because if income increases, this has a negative effect on net exports because imports increase if income increases. So we have this negative sign, 1, and again is a parameter between 0 and 1. We need to define also total expenditure, which is defined as consumption plus investment plus government expenditure plus net export. And in equilibrium, in order to identify the level of equilibrium of real GDP, the level of GDP should be equal to total expenditure or aggregate expenditure. All the income must be expensed. If we consider this mathematical but also economic system, we can derive using this relation and all the hypotheses about consumption, investment, government expenditure, net export, we can derive um, the value of equilibrium for income. So we need to solve y equal to total expenditure. Total expenditure is defined as consumption plus investment plus government expenditure plus xn. Uh, consumption consumption is, our hypothesis is that it's equal to C0 plus the propensity to consume, which multiplies square brackets, this assumption, disposable income. But disposable income is given by income minus taxes. But taxes in our assumptions are defined, in our assumption are not defined. Our assumption is that taxes are equal to T0 plus multi, which multiplies y. And this implies that uh, this is consumption plus investment. Investment is equal to I0 plus B1, which multiplies income. Government expenditure is fixed at 11 G bar plus net exports are defined as X0 minus the propensity to import, and one this parameter can be called propensity to import, which multiplies income. Solving this equation by y, we can get the equilibrium GDP, and it's not so difficult. Putting on the left hand side all the factor with y, so we have y minus C1y plus C1 small t y, so we consider this and this, minus B1 y, finally, plus M1 y. This should be equal to all the exogenous variable to the right, so C0 plus I0 plus G bar plus X0 minus C1 T0. All the exogenous C0, T0 which multiplies C1, I0, G bar, and X0. Okay, now we can collect y to the left hand side, y which multiplies 1 minus c1. We collect also minus 1 minus t, minus b1 plus m1. And this is the first part. The second part is contains all the exogenous variables as we have done before. Now it's enough to divide both sides by this coefficient 1 minus 1, which multiplies 1 minus 3 minus b1 plus m1, and the right hand side again, and we have 1 minus 1, which multiplies 1 minus 3 minus b1 plus m1. So we get the equilibrium income will be equal to the exogenous variable C0 plus area plus I0 plus G bar plus X0 minus C1 T0 divided by 1 minus C1, which multiplies by 1 minus T minus B1 plus M1. This is the equilibrium GDP obtained solving the model because now the endogenous variable y have been expressed in function of the exogenous variable and the parameters. And we will see in the next lecture the effect of changing exogenous variable on this equilibrium value of the GDP.